Good morning, students. Last day we have discussed few questions of exercise 8.1. Today we have to discuss some more questions. First we will start with question number 9, which says that in parallelogram ABCD, 2 points P and Q are taken on diagonal BD such that DP is equal to BQ. We have to show that quadrilateral APD congruent to triangle CQB. Second, AP is equal to CQ. Then triangle AQB congruent to triangle CPD and AQ is equal to CP. Also we have to prove that APCQ is a parallelogram. So I have written all these information which is given in the question. Now we will see in triangle APD and CQB. Let us prove these two triangles congruent. DP is given equal to BQ. We have to choose this triangle APD and CQB. DP is equal to BQ, then AD will be equal to BC. AD is equal to BC. Why? Because these two sides are opposite sides of parallelogram. This angle, will it be equal to this angle? Both are alternate interior angle. So, triangle APD is congruent to triangle CQB by the congruency condition SAS. So, these two triangles will be congruent. And if these two triangles are congruent by CPCT, we can write AP is equal to CQ, which I wrote here. Let us give it equation number 1. Now, these two parts are proved. Now come to the third part, in which we have to prove that triangle AQB is congruent to triangle CPD. AQB is this triangle, we have to show congruent to this triangle. Let us see these two triangles. Here also we are getting BQ is equal to DP, which I have written angle ABQ. This angle is equal to this angle, alternate interior angle, and AB is equal to CD. This is also opposite sides of parallelogram. So these two triangles are also congruent by SAS. So again by CPCT, we can write AQ is equal to CP. This AQ is equal to CP. Already we have proved AP is equal to QC. Now we are proving AQ is equal to CP. And therefore, in quadrilateral ABCQ, both the pair of opposite sides are equal. AQ is equal to CP, and equation number 1, already we have proved that AP is equal to CQ. So we are getting in quadrilateral ABCQ, both the pairs are equal, hence ABCQ is a parallelogram. Question number 10 says quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. And question number 10 says ABCD is a parallelogram and AP and CQ are perpendicular from vertices A and C on diagonal BD. You can see here parallelogram ABCD is drawn, in which AP and CQ are perpendicular drawn on BD. We have to prove that triangle ABB is congruent to triangle CQD. Also we have to prove that AP is equal to CQ. Let us prove that these two triangles are congruent. Clearly, this AB is equal to DC, opposite sides of parallelogram. ABP will be equal to this angle CDQ. Both are alternate interior angles, and this angle of these two triangles are equal. So definitely we got two angles and one side. So by AAS, these two triangles will be congruent. Triangle APB congruent to triangle CQD. So by CPCT we can write AB will be equal to CQ. Now see question number 11, which is a bit lengthy, but you will understand this. This question says, in triangle ABC, you can see the triangle ABC and triangle DEF. AB is equal to DE and AB is parallel to D. Also, this line BC is equal to EF and parallel to EF as well. We have to show that ABED is a parallelogram. We have to show BEFC is a parallelogram. AD is parallel to CF. ACFD is a parallelogram. AC is equal to DF, and the last APC congruent to DEF. So one by one we will see. Here we will use the theorem that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if its one pair of opposite sides is parallel and equal. So look at the quadrilateral ABED. Here it is given that AB is parallel to DE and AB is equal to DE. So we are getting a pair of opposite side is equal and parallel, AB and DE, and AB parallel to DE. So clearly we can write ABED is a parallelogram. And if ABED is a parallelogram, the second pair will also be parallel and equal. So we can write AD will be parallel to BE and AD is equal to B. Let us give it equation number 1. Now come in the quadrilateral BEFC. BEFC. Here it is given that BC is equal to EF, BC equal to EF, and BC is parallel to EF. Again we are getting one pair of opposite side is parallel and equal. So BEFC is also a parallelogram. And if BCFE is a parallelogram, we can take this BE will be parallel to CF and BE will be equal to CF, which I am giving you question number 2. Now see carefully. In first part, we have proved that AD is parallel to BE, and just now we have proved that B is parallel to CF. So AD is also parallel to BE and B is parallel to CF. Both AD and CF is parallel to the same line BE. So clearly AD will be parallel to BE and AD is parallel to CF. So here I can write AD will be parallel to CF. Similarly, AD is equal to BE and B is equal to CF. So we can write AD is equal to CF. So in quadrilateral ACFD, we are getting AD is parallel to CF and AD is equal to CF. So we can write ACFD is a parallelogram. This part is proved. Now we have to show that these two triangles are congruent. AB is already given to DE, BC is equal to EF, and since we have proved ACFD is a parallelogram, clearly AC will be equal to DF, which I wrote here. Hence these two triangles will be congruent by SSS. Question number 12 says ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to CD and AD is equal to BC. We have to prove that angle A, this means angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Second is angle C is equal to angle D. This means angle 6 is equal to 5. Triangle ABC congruent to triangle BAD, and the last diagonal AC is equal to diagonal BD. So for that a construction is given in the book that extend AB and draw a line through C which is parallel to AD. So here AB is extended to E and C is drawn parallel to AD. Intersecting AB produced at E. So for that, you see here carefully. AD is made parallel to CE and AB is given parallel to DC. If AB is parallel to DC, clearly the extended part of AB, which is AE, will be also parallel to DC. So in quadrilateral ADCE, AD is parallel to CE and A is parallel to DC. So ADC is a parallelogram because both the pair of opposite sides is coming parallel. Now AD is equal to EC and EC is now AD is equal to EC because both are opposite sides of a parallelogram, and AD is given equal to BC. AD is equal to EC and AD is equal to BC. So clearly we can write BC will be equal to EC. BC is equal to EC. So BCE becomes an isosceles triangle. If opposite sides are equal, then opposite angles will also be equal. So we can write angle 3 is equal to angle 4. We can give it equation number 1. Now, angle 1 plus angle 4, will it be 180 degree? Because AD is parallel to EC. So these two angles forms a co-interior angle. 1 plus 4 is equal to 180 degree. Angle 2 plus 3 will also be 180 degree. Both are linear pair. So we can write angle 1 plus 4 will be equal to angle 2 plus 3. Since 3 is equal to 4, this angle 3 we can replace by angle 4. Both sides we can cancel angle 4. So we are left with angle 1 is equal to 2. If angle 1 is equal to 2, first part is proved that angle A is equal to B. Next part we have to prove angle C is equal to D. Now you see here carefully, if ADCE is a parallelogram, angle 6, will it be equal to angle 4? Because both are opposite angles of a parallelogram. So I wrote here angle 4 is equal to 6. Angle 3 is equal to 4, already we have proved. Angle 3 will be equal to angle 5. 3 is equal to 5. Why? Both are alternate interior angle. Now you see here carefully, 3 is equal to 4. 3 is equal to 4. 4 is equal to 6 and 3 is equal to 5. So if you see these three equations carefully, easily we can write 6 will be equal to 5. And if 6 is equal to 5, we can write angle D is equal to C. Now we will see the proof of third and fourth part. Now for proving third part, we will join AC and BD. See here carefully. In triangle ABC and triangle BAD. If you see carefully, you can see AB is coming common in both. AB is equal to BA, which I have written angle B of triangle ABC. This angle is equal to angle A of this triangle BAD, which already we have proved. And BC is given equal to AD. So these two triangles are congruent by SAS. And if these two triangles are congruent, so third part is proved, and by CPCT we can write AC is equal to BD. So in this way, student, exercise 8.1 is over. Now we will see midpoint theorem. Now students, we are going to prove a very important theorem which is known as midpoint theorem, which states that the line segment joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and equal to half of it. Look at the triangle ABC. Here D and E are the midpoints of the sides AB and AC. We have to show that the line DE is parallel to BC and D is equal to half of BC. So for proving this, we will draw a line CF parallel to AB, and we will produce DE to meet CF at F. So this CF is drawn parallel to AB. Now you see, we are getting two triangles, AED and triangle CEF. Let us prove that these two triangles are congruent. So clearly this angle AED, will it be equal to angle CF, vertically opposite angle? AE will be equal to C. Why? Because E is the midpoint of AC. So AE will be equal to C. And the last, this DAE will be equal to angle ECF. These two are alternate interior angle because we have made AB parallel to CF. So these two triangles will be congruent by ASA. Okay. Now this AD will it be equal to CF by CPCT, and this DE will be equal to EF. But this AD is equal to BD. Why? Because D is the midpoint of AB. But now we have proved that AD is equal to CF. So here I wrote, but AD is equal to BD, and BD will be parallel to CF, and BD is now coming equal to CF. So in quadrilateral DBCF, we are getting BD is equal to CF and BD is parallel to CF. So this quadrilateral BCFD is a parallelogram, and if BCFD is a parallelogram, opposite sides will be parallel. So we can write this BC will be parallel to DF, or DF parallel to BC, and this DF will also be equal to BC. If the complete line DF is parallel to BC, the small portion DE will also be parallel to BC, which we have to show that the line joining the midpoint of any two sides is parallel to the third side. So finally we are getting DE is parallel to BC. Now DF is equal to BC. DE is equal to EF. Already we have proved. So this part DE can be written, DF can be written twice of DE is equal to BC, or DE we are getting half of BC. So hence this theorem is proved that DE is parallel to BC and D is equal to half of BC. Last we will see converse of midpoint theorem, which says that the line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to another side bisect the third side. So here in triangle ABC, I took D as the midpoint of AB. A line through D, which is DE, is moving parallel to BC. We have to show that the point at which it is intersecting AC, which is E will be a midpoint of AC. The same I wrote here. Here also we will do the same construction. We will make CF parallel to AB, meeting DE produced at F. Now you see, since DF is, since D is parallel to BC, the produced line of D, which is DF, will also be parallel to BC. And we have made CF parallel to AB. So the small part BD will also be parallel to CF. So in quadrilateral DBCF, BD parallel to CF and DF parallel to BC. So we can write DBCF is a parallelogram. And if it is a parallelogram, CF, opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. CF will be parallel to BD. But this BD is parallel to BD is equal to AD because D is the midpoint of AB. So we got CF is equal to AD. This CF is equal to AD. Now let us prove that these two triangles are congruent. Since AB is parallel to CF, this angle will be equal to this angle, alternate interior angle. This angle is equal to this angle, and AD we have proved equal to CF, which I have written here. Angle EAD is equal to ECF, AD is equal to CF, and angle AD is equal to angle CF. So these two triangles are congruent by ASA. So by CPCT, we can write AE will be equal to EC. And if A is equal to EC, then clearly E is the midpoint of AC. Now students, I hope exercise 10b you have completed. So with the help of midpoint theorem, you can start exercise 10c of R.S. Agrawal book. In my next video, I will discuss intercept theorem and related questions.